Hey YouTube, hey Bold and the Beautiful fans. So today we saw Katie tell Bill that she doesn't trust Poppy, and Katie told Bill to please be careful. That certainly sounds ominous. So does Katie have a valid reason to be worried about Poppy? So let's get into it. So we saw Bill and Katie have that conversation today. Katie's worried about Poppy's influence now in Bill's life. Everything is coming together so quickly, maybe conveniently. Of course, we know what happened with Tom, and we saw that confrontation that Poppy and Tom had, and Poppy certainly looks like one of the prime suspects in this. Of course, there are other suspects, as we know, but you know, Poppy now, her behavior is kind of interesting, okay? Ever since she found out that Tom died of an overdose, Poppy has been acting rather interesting, okay? She's been sad. She's been really sad. And she hasn't been scared, which is kind of intriguing when you think about it, okay? But now we have to keep in mind, too, that this isn't a crime investigation as of yet, okay? It could become that, especially if Katie starts investigating. We know Katie has some concerns and she's worried, and she's definitely, I think her instinct is kicking in, and she's definitely suspecting that maybe Poppy, that something's going on with her, that all of this is going too fast, it's too convenient. And of course, Katie and Bill mentioned Will, and we're gonna see the new Will August 1st, so don't miss out on that. That's gonna be a lot of fun to see Will next month. But Poppy's behavior, you know, and this isn't a crime investigation yet, okay? But if Poppy did this, if she's the one that was wearing those gloves, if she's the one that tried to hurt Tom, okay, then I would think that she'd be a little worried and a little scared and a little concerned and nervous, but she hasn't been, right? She's been sad, and she's been feeling sorrow over the loss of Tom. We saw the flashback between that Poppy had with Tom years ago at the music festival, and there seemed to be a real connection there. There seemed to be some real affection between the two of them. So that tells me that Poppy's really sad that Tom is gone. Maybe there was some love there too between the two of them, okay? And so if Poppy committed a crime here, even if she didn't intend it to go that far, maybe she just tried to you know, incapacitate Tom. This is, of course, if it was Poppy, which I'm not saying it was, but if it was, I would think Poppy would be a little nervous that maybe the authorities would be asking questions, but it's not a crime investigation yet. Maybe Poppy's not at that stage yet where she would become worried, okay? But if Poppy did this, I would think she'd be trying to cover it up, right? She might even go back to the scene of the crime. She might go back to Il Giardino and try to cover things up too. We've talked about the idea that someone could frame Sheila, okay? And speaking of Sheila, we haven't seen Sheila in the past couple of episodes. Why is that? That looks rather conspicuous. You know, what's going on with Sheila? Is Sheila working behind the scenes trying to cover up what happened because she did it? You know, you never know. You can never count Sheila out, okay? But if Poppy did it, right, I would think that she'd be scrambling around, trying to fix this, trying to cover it up. She'd be nervous, she'd be worried, she'd be like, oh no, you know, I didn't mean for it to get to that point. And then maybe she'd go back to Il Giardino, you know, and try to cover things up, back to the scene of the crime, maybe try to remove some evidence, okay? But we're not seeing Poppy do that. Okay, what we are seeing from Poppy is she's sad, okay? So she's sad, she's not scared. And that could be a big indication that maybe Poppy didn't do this, okay? So we can't rule her out, you can't rule anybody out, but it is interesting, okay? Now, Katie, though, her instinct is kicking in, she knows something's up. Will Katie start an investigation? Will she start to maybe spy in a little bit on Poppy, okay? What about Deacon? Deacon knows something isn't right about this, right? Deacon knows that Tom was trying to get his life back together, okay? And that he wouldn't have this relapse. Will Deacon start investigating a little bit? And of course, there's Tom's belongings, right? Will Deacon go through Tom's stuff, through Tom's belongings? Maybe Deacon will find those letters, right? that Tom had sent to Poppy that Poppy had returned, okay? Will Deacon find some piece of evidence maybe that points to him, Tom, believing that he was Luna's father, okay? So there's plenty of potential for discoveries here, absolutely. Of course, we're gonna see Lee and Finn in the hospital in some days from now, and we'll see what they are able to find and discover, and we'll see if there's an actual, if we see Baker, if there's going to be a criminal investigation in this. Maybe Lee and Finn find something, you know, in the toxicology, or find something that maybe there was some foul play of some kind, okay? And maybe then this becomes an investigation, and then we'll have to see Poppy's behavior if it changes from sadness to being scared. You know, there's plenty of suspects. We know who the suspects are. We don't know who did it. Somebody was wearing those gloves. Somebody put the substance in Tom's drink, and we don't know who done it, right? Who did it? But this is a very interesting and intriguing summer mystery. It's going really well. I'm loving it. It's great fun to speculate about the different suspects. And speaking of the different suspects, we know we're next week, because of a spoiler picture, we're going to see Jack next week. So we'll get caught up with him a little bit, maybe find out a little bit more about what's going on with Jack. But I think Deacon will try to investigate a little bit. I think Deacon's going to find something. Maybe Katie starts to spy in on Poppy a little bit. Poppy's behavior is really interesting. You know, Poppy even said, "I'm so sorry, Tom," when she was thinking about him. Does that indicate that she did this? Or does it indicate that she's sorry about how she treated him? Why is she sorry? You know, what exactly does that, you know, mean, that she did this or not? But, you know, I would think maybe Poppy'd be a little more concerned, though, if, you know, if she did do this, that maybe the authorities would be questioning her and things like that. And we're not really seeing that yet from her either. But that doesn't mean she's not one of the prime suspects, okay? But what do you think? What do you think about Poppy's behavior? Do you think the show is kind of leading, you know, pointing things more in Poppy's direction now? Is she becoming your favorite suspect now? Or is it Lee, or is it Sheila, or is it Jack, or Justin, or any of the other, or someone we don't know yet? Anything's possible, but this is definitely an intriguing whodunit mystery. I'm glad the show is doing this, because we haven't had a story like this in a long time, so it's going to be a lot of fun. And we'll keep updates coming. We'll keep it right here as we learn more, but let me know what you think about Poppy's strange behavior and about Katie's intuition too. So it's going to be a lot of fun, so keep it right here. I'll have more updates coming, and if you like this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.